welcome back to JD Sports Gaming. And I do apologize, my voice is a little hoarse, but we'll get through it. And we'll, as you see the scores through week 4, we'll do a little recap of the last game. As you know, there's a lot of the run game was going, and it wasn't Amon Green, it was TJ Duckett, 10 carries, 66 yards. And I think the biggest thing is Vic is taking care of the football, and we're efficient on offense, and we were rolling. But through the bye week, we'll take a deeper dive around the league as well, and then a little preview of the Colts who will take on. But I mean, for the most part, I was kind of worried about Eli Manning in this offense, but man, did our defense step up. And then TJ Duckett, just perfect weather for TJ Duckett in the rain. I mean, I think he's the perfect power back. I don't think he's not a full-time workload guy, but I think he's good to sprinkle in offensively. You see the scores. Giants lose on the road 24-28. The Bengals 3-1 on the year. And the Colts are a little down this year. Let's say going to go into the AFC South. And Deuce is loose, little spin move. And he will outrun the defense. Touchdown Jags. Jags move to 3-1. Colts just offensively are struggling with Brad Johnson. On offense, we'll take a deeper dive on them later on. Rams beat the Seahawks 31-26 as they move to 3-1. McNair 334 and 3 touchdowns. Bills over the Patriots 34-24. And we'll go to Arizona. The Bucs on the road. And let me say a kickoff return touchdown here probably. I have no idea who that is, but great block in there. Andy, a little cut. Untouched. Touchdown Buccaneers. As they move to 3-1. Culpepper 226 and 2 touchdowns. Broncos in a shootout. They remain undefeated. 43-37. Martin, the rookie running back, 90 yards rushing. Steelers over the Browns 20-13. Then after the Browns are struggling, they move to 1-3 on the year. You see look at Jeff Garcia, 458 and 4 touchdowns. Woo. And so we'll take a look on the next week as we're on our bye week. So, again, we'll take on the Colts, and that's a favorable matchup in our part. And again, kind of offensively, we're just going to keep it rolling. I think we have a good balanced attack with Vic and Duckett and Green and then Hogan. And I still like to see Steve Smith get rolling here. That'll go ahead and get into it. The Seahawks 0-5. That's a tough one. Raiders win 27-23 as they get in the win column. Kurt Warner 400 yards passing. Titans over the Vikings 14-10. Vikings remain winless as well. Dolphins over the Patriots 16-13. I was kind of surprised. Dolphins kind of struggling here. They took it to us in that wild card last year. Fleming, the rookie for the Texans, look at that bullet. As they get their first win 13-7. Maybe they get something going with those young guys. 31-13. The Browns starting to kind of get back in swing of things. Manning 362 and 4 touchdowns. Rams over the Niners as they move to 4-1. Aaron McNair 361 and 3 touchdowns. Washington over the Eagles 24-17. Plummer 265 and 2 touchdowns. The Eagles' first loss of the year. And some injuries. Nothing really. I guess I'm thinking offense. I really don't know some of these defensive players or what they're rated. But we'll go to the AFC East in Buffalo in rainy conditions. And I believe that's Tim Rattay. I have to say 3 touchdowns. 192 through the airs. They won 28-10. Broncos over the Colts. I say Colts are struggling offensively. Broncos remain undefeated, 24-3. Chiefs lose on the road, 20-21. Jags move to 4-1. The Buccaneers, 28-14 at home against Tom Brady and the Falcons. And we'll go out to New York. Eli Manning. Again, I was kind of worried about Eli in this offense. But They're wide open. And they're going to take it 30, 20. They're going to catch it in 10-5. Touchdown, Ravens. As they win, there they go, 41-28. And that's what I was worried about. Eli Manning, 449 and five touchdowns. Wow. Panthers remain undefeated. They moved to 5-0 on the year. And of course, he has to be player of the week. 449, 5 touchdowns. Again, that's what I was worried about. But luckily, we took care of business defensively. And plus, it was rainy conditions, so I kind of get that. But I was a little shocked there. Still a little worried. Still some of the league leaders going into week 6. Eli Manning leading the league in passing yards just a little bit over his brother Peyton, 1580. Peyton Manning, 1,574 yards. McNair, Brooks, Favre, Kitna, Bolger, Leftwich, as we'll see him twice this year. Touchdown passes, Aaron McNair, 13, Eli Manning, 12, Peyton Manning, 12, Bolger, then goes Garcia, and there's a lot of them with 10. And I believe Vic has 5 this year. So we're not really airing it out quite a bit. And you see the interceptions, Joe Harrington, Jeff Blake, and Chad Pennington, Kurt Warner up there as well. So we'll go to rushing. Lead the league in rushing yards, and that would be Deuce McAllister, 669, nice. Marshall Faulk, 572. And then rookie Kelvin Martin up there. And that's what I'm kind of worried about. He is pretty solid running back. Sean Alexander, who was with the Broncos at Carolina, up there in the league as well. And old Ricky Williams there in Seattle. Rushing touchdown, Sean Alexander, Jamal Lewis, who's kind of banged up there. Chris Brown, Amos, I don't even know how to say his last name. 5 touchdowns. Larry Johnson, we let go. Not too many rushing yards, but I guess use him as a goal line back in Tampa. In receptions, Roy Williams for the Seahawks, 36 catches. Brandon Lloyd, good to see you doing well with Peyton Manning. 34 catches, 543, 4 touchdowns for the former Charger. Robinson, 33 catches. Randy Moss up there. Chad Johnson, Antonio Bryant, Torrey Holt. You see a fullback up there, 27 catches, of course, for the Patriots. Receiving yards, Brandon Lloyd up there, number 2. Roy Williams, Torrey Holt, Randy Moss. Of course, just really good receivers. Reggie Wayne. And kind of go through the passing touchdowns. Torrey Holt and Bolger have that connection. They had that connection in St. Louis. So that's cool to see. Hines Ward up there. Yeah, Reggie Wayne. And we'll take a look at some of the defensive stats. And of course, the great Sean Taylor, just an absolute stud. He's a playmaker on this game. You have to know where he's at all times, especially lurking in the back of the secondary, because he flies across the field and he just flies up where you are. He's gonna make plays. You see Chris Jenkins, as we'll see him next week, up there with 7 sacks, the big D tackle. And look at the rookie here for the Broncos, Hugo Washington, 6.5. Let's see, there's some interceptions. Pass defended, Charles Tillman up there, 9. He's been pretty solid. He gets beat every now and then, but for the most part, he does a pretty good job. Roy Williams, Archie Lodwood, we'll see him. Tony Parrish with 4 picks, Mathis with 4, and there's a bunch of them with 3. Sean Taylor, Brian Urlacher there for the Carolina. And Roy Williams, Cleveland has a good football team, and man, it's kind of hard to see that they're 1-3, or actually 2-3, I think. So we'll take a deep dive here on our team. Vic, like I said, efficiency usually be about 5-7 right now. 5 touchdown passes. Like I said, we're taking care of the football. I'm kind of a little disappointed in Green's performance, but I'm happy with TJ Duckett. Just breaking tackles. Henry Hogan, we kind of spotty here and there. 21 catches, of course, leading everybody else. And like I said, I need to get Steve Smith involved more. I like Derek Reed. I like Alan Goodman, but Steve Smith is another guy that is a difference maker. That when he gets some targets, only 4th on the team in targets, which that has to get up there. Like I said, I like Derek Reed. I like Goodman in the middle of the field. That's got to increase. And our tackle's just not really up there. And I do believe because our time of possession, we take care of the football, especially this year. Sacks, we're not really getting home. And, you see John Abraham, I'm disappointed. But he's one that had like 80 sacks against us in the wild card last year. And only one so far. And only 4 tackles. So, he's 88 overall. Granted, I know we're running a 3-4. But I still feel like he should be involved more defensively. At least making a bigger impact. So we'll take a look at the Colts. Like I say, the old Brad Johnson, 15-year pro. Just struggling. 3 touchdown passes, 5 picks. Yeah, 5.4 yards per attempt. That's not going to get done. And you see running backs, Kevin Barlow, they do have a good rookie running back in Miles Poole. I don't believe, they don't do a good job rotating backs on this game when we play them. So I don't think there's anything I can change. It'd be cool to see Poole play a little bit. Receivers, they do a good job of. No one really stands out. Just put that. But I don't know if they do a good job. they do good. I guess, of spreading it out. But I think also a lack of finding that number one guy. But Walker leads in targets, 41 targets. Millie, the tight end. So not much there. Defensively, they have a pretty good front 7 with Donnie Edwards, Derek Brooks, and Chris Jenkins. And they have Ray Buchanan in the secondary, not rated too crazy. I guess they do have Ty Law. Defense is pretty good, I think. And D'Angelo Hall. So they got some guys there defensively. We just got to, again, take care of the football. See if we can remain undefeated. But I'm happy with how this team is rolling so far. Defense is playing good. Offense is efficient. That's all you can ask for. So next week we'll take on the Colts. Thank you for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you next time.